The insert arc by center, circumference, start and endpoints command lets you draw an arc when you know the center point, you don't know the value of the radius, but there is a point in the drawing that can define the radius, and you also know the start and end points of the arc. The prompt tells you to select the origin of the arc. Position your crosshair where you want the center of the arc to be and click your left mouse button. The prompt now tells you to select a point on the circumference of the arc, and as you move your crosshair, an elastic circle follows it. This gives you a feel for the size of your arc. Click on a point that defines the radius of the arc. Now you have the image of a small arc rotating with your crosshair, and the prompt tells you to select the start of the arc. Click where you want the arc to start. The prompt now tells you to select the end of the arc. Click where you want the arc to finish, and it's drawn. Notice the arcs were drawn in an anti-clockwise direction from the start point. This is always the case with this command. These arcs were drawn in free space, but they can also be drawn by snapping to existing points with the snapping square like this. Select the center point, then a point for the radius, then the start and end points. Or select the center point, then a point for the radius, select the same point again for the start point, and then the end point. If an entity is selected with the diamond to define the radius, the arc is drawn tangential to the entity. If an entity is selected with the diamond to define the radius, and the same entity is selected as the start point, the arc will start on the entity. This also works for arcs and circles. Right-click to stop drawing the arcs. That completes this tutorial.